Morning. This is Mr. Harris. I'm recording the 8-3 notes. We've got a lot of kids with the band going around performing, which is awesome. Want to make sure you guys have access to the notes, so it will be posted on PetoskeyNorthlandMath.com, and you can do the homework, which is a worksheet, which you can pick up after school. So here we go. Okay, so here we are going to factor. Title of the section is factoring. Okay, and the goal is to factor our polynomials. Okay, so first we're going to revisit FOIL. We didn't call it that, we called it distribution. Okay. However works for you. So n times n squared n times 3 is 3n. 5 times n is 5n, and 5 times 3 is 15. Okay, so that's what we've done in the past. So now we are going to go from here back to there. Okay, and there's millions of ways, hundreds of ways to teach this. This is what works for me, so I will show you. So if I was here, first thing I'm going to do without hesitating is start with this and this. Okay, I would also combine this here and get n squared plus 8n plus 15. Okay, now I'm going to look at this sign. This sign tells me whether the signs inside here are the same or different. If it's positive, it's the same. If it's negative, they're different. Okay, it's positive, and then this tells me what the dominant, I think of it as the dominant sign. So this is a dominant sign. Okay, so it's plus. Plus is dominant, so they're both going to be plus. Okay, now I'm looking for factors of 15 that add up to give me 8. So 5 and 3, and that should match what I started with. Okay, there's the first example. We'll hit some more examples and keep the process relatively the same, and hopefully this will help. Okay, so right here, 3-term polynomial, second degree, right away in this form. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, and I'm here. I don't even have to think about that. Okay, looking here, this is plus. That means they're going to be the same. This is the dominant. So they're both plus. Now I'm looking for factors of 12 that get me 7. I could write them out. 1 and 12 and 2 and 6 and 3 and 4. Okay, or you can just see it. It's just 3 and 4 right now. Okay, so that is the second one. Alright, so that's how you would factor that, and if you FOILed it back out or you redistributed, you would get x squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 12, so all this checks. Okay, next example. Again, 3-term polynomial, second degree, right there. Okay, this is the same, except now we have a negative dominant. So instead of 2 additions, we're going to have 2 subtractions. Same, dominant. Okay, now factors of 27 that give me 12. 9 and 3. Okay, and again we can redistribute and see what we get. So we get n squared minus 3n minus 9n plus 27. Combine those two and we get n squared minus 12n plus 27. Hey, it's a match, it works. This is the same as that. Alright. We haven't done any one with the negative in front of the c. The constant term is known as c. So let's start with where we've been starting. Okay. Now this is a negative, so one's going to be plus and one's going to be minus, because if it's negative, they're different. Okay, so now I'm looking at factors of 18 that subtract together to get me negative 3, or are 3 apart. 6 and 3 are 3 apart. Okay, and I want to get a negative here, so that's why I think of it as dominant. The bigger factor is going to be negative, so we got negative 6, positive 3. Okay, and if you get the sign screwed up, you can test it. A squared minus 6a plus 3a minus 18. You should see that those are going to combine to get you minus 3, which matches right here. Alright, now, same thing with the solve. Okay, so factors are the same. It's the same problem as before. Plus, minus, 6, 3 equals 0. And just like we did yesterday, if this equals 0, the whole thing is 0. Or if this equals 0, the whole thing is 0, because we're multiplying by a 0. So a plus 3 equals 0, a minus 6 equals 0, a is negative 3, a is plus 6. That's it. Okay. Alright, so one more step. Talked about this yesterday. Before we factor, we want to set it equal to 0, so I'm going to add 32 to both sides. X squared plus 12x plus 32 is equal to 0. 3-term polynomial, second degree. X and x. Addition, they're the same. Plus is dominant, 2 pluses. Factors of 32 that add up to get me 12. 8 and 4. And you can always break it down. 1 and 32, 2 and 16. If you need to go through that whole process, it's all good. And the more you do this, the just more you'll see it. Okay, they're equal to 0. Set them each equal to 0. And solve. So we get x plus 8 equals 0, x plus 4 equals 0, x is negative 8, x is negative 4. Alright, hope that helps. You can look at that. You have homework, and the homework is this worksheet that's in my room, and it's going to be the odds on both sides. Have a great weekend.